we are on.
Attention, there are leftover french fries in the Jackbox.
Hi, I'm Cookie, and I got my start as a 17th century chimney sweep. I'm glad it's just you and me. I'm feeling a little needy. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
Giant kitchen appliances. Huge, elegant, completely impractical. Giant kitchen appliances.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. Okay, let's hit it.
Get ready, time for question 1.
To begin with, kiss my mascot. Which of these mascots is often seen with a bumbershoot? Mr. Peanut, the Morton Salt Girl, the Pillsbury Doughboy, or the Jolly Green Giant? That was bumbershoot. Oh, honestly. Now, bumbershoot is another term for an umbrella, which is a classic part of the Morton Salt Girl mascot. But you know what she needs more than a bumbershoot? A little common sense. She's spilling that salt everywhere.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Take a stab at Rift Shop. I'm in favor of musicians who use symbols in their names. Pink uses the exclamation point, Questlove uses a question mark, and U2 uses a horseshoe. You sure about that? Okay, I'm told that it's actually just a U. Anyway, if Macklemore wanted to shorten his name using a symbol, what would be the best choice? Mackla this, Mackla this, Mackla this, or Mackla that? Let me show you something. This is the greater than symbol, so it roughly translates to Macklemore. But I've heard that thrift shop song enough times. I'm ready for some Mackle less. Am I right?
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here's one for you. Fighting fire with love. And it's time for a 4-alarm dis or dat. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one, tell me if it's an online dating site or a movie about firefighters. If it's a dating site, press the X button. If it's a firefighter movie, press the B button. Ready? Let's go. Ablaze. Tinder. Scorched. Spark. Backdraft. Heat feel. Firestorm. Oh, so close to perfect. I bet you feel like an ash hole. I don't use dating sites. I meet girls the old-fashioned way by starting a fire in my house. And hoping one of them will save me. This one's called Here's Egg on Your Pantaloons. If while cleaning up the remains of Humpty Dumpty, all the king's horses and all the king's men got covered in his albumin, what might they later ask their dry cleaner? Can you get egg yolk out of silk tights? Can you get egg whites out of billowy cotton shirts? Can you get eggshell out of feathered caps? Or can you get blood out of horsehair? Congratulations, not. Oh, you're gonna kick yourself. The white of an egg is its albumin. Or as Humpty Dumpty calls it, my guts! My guts! They're everywhere! Ah!
5 fingers!
Next up, fortune favors the crave. Oh man, I'm starving. Luckily, I stole 18 fortune cookies on my last trip to Walks Up.
Cookie fortune, fortune's with cookie master soon.
And my fortune says, birds of a feather flock together. Okay, if that's true, then which of these bird pairs probably wouldn't hang out with each other? Donald and Daffy, Woodsy and Hedwig, Big Bird and Tweety Bird, or Woodstock and Foghorn Leghorn? You should have given a hoot. Allow me. Foghorn Leghorn is a rooster, and the Peanuts Woodstock is a tiny yellow bird of undetermined species, but definitely not a chicken. So you'd expect Foghorn Leghorn to hang out with other roosters and Woodstock with other tiny yellow birds, but instead they both hang out almost exclusively with dogs. Cartoons are just so unrealistic. That'll wrap up round 1, and your score is pretty much just fairly okay. Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. Okay, how about it? And now, Leonardo decapitated. If it were based on the original Beowulf story, which part would not exist in the Martin Scorsese film The Beowulf of Wall Street? Leonardo DiCaprio as Grendel, Margot Robbie as Grendel's mother, Matthew McConaughey as Grendel's father, or Jonah Hill as a... Nope, the dragon is in there, full frontal and everything. Next time, try this. Grendel's father is not a character in Beowulf, so he isn't in The Beowulf of Wall Street. His story was cut out by Scorsese in order to trim the film down to a svelte 4-hour and 58-minute running length.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Try this on for size. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Nickname of star NFL cornerback Charles Tillman. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Charles Tillman, NFL cornerback who's played for the Chicago Bears, is more commonly known as Peanut Tillman. And if you don't think Peanut is an intimidating nickname, just ask the millions of people around the world who suffer from peanut allergies. Peanuts are scary as shit.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here we have, revenge is a dish best administered rectally.
Oh, my butt.
Oh, don't mind that moaning. That's just Bob the producer in the bathroom. He got back from his trip to Mexico the other day and he's experiencing a tiny case of Montezuma's Revenge. Hang in there, Bob.
Oh God, this is the worst day of my life. Oh.
Try not to clog the toilet. Considering who it's named for, what could Bob the producer scream while experiencing his tiny case of Montezuma's Revenge? Curse you, king of the Incas! Darn you, king of the Aztecs! Blast you, king of the Mayans! Or damn you to hell, king of the Kickapoo! Sweet dreams. Here's where the money is. Montezuma's Revenge is a reference to the Aztec king Montezuma II, who was defeated by the Spanish conquistadors. Hey Bob, I appreciate your work ethic, but maybe you should be doing this at home.
Yeah, I'd rather not do something this disgusting to my own toilet.
Here's a good one. Every day I'm buffering. Because the title contains a prime number, what would be the most appropriate movie to stream via Amazon Prime? 8 Mile, 21 Jump Street, 47 Ronin, or 2001 A Space Odyssey? A prime number is a number that can only be divided by itself in 1. And for some reason, 0 and 1 don't count. I don't make up the rules. Blah, blah, blah. Math, math, math. 47 is the only prime number. Well, it took a while, but I finally came up with parameters that would make it acceptable for me to sit down and watch a Keanu Reeves movie. How about Jingle Jangle? Who played the lead in Django Unchained? Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, or Jamie Foxx? Jamie Foxx's last name has 2 X's in it. The first X is silent. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press your A button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And don't forget,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. My band has a great fictional sound. In which film can I find these fake bands? Good luck. There you have it! There's so many great fictional bands. The Blues Brothers, Josie and the Pussycats, Nickelback. If only they were real.
You don't know Jack!
Hey, this is Cookie, and these birds are doing a poor job of dressing me. Oh, come on, you call that a winter knot? You telling me I came all this way for a one-player game? Come on! And our wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Accordion to Jim Accordion Store. Your one-stop shop for all your accordion needs. Well, needs is probably a strong word. Desires, yes, accordion desires. No, that's probably too strong too. Look, if you have or want an accordion, just come here.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Okay, let's not waste any more time.
Get ready, time for question 1.
To get started, let's get this potato salad started. Let's say cannibals catch the singer Pink and throw her on the grill. Based on the minimum steak temperature set by the USDA, when might the cannibals stop calling her Pink and instead refer to her as well done? When she reaches 130 degrees Fahrenheit, when she reaches 150 degrees Fahrenheit, when she reaches 170 degrees Fahrenheit, or when she reaches 190. According to the USDA, a steak is well done when it hits 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And before serving, you'll want to trim off the gristle and the tattoos.
Oh, mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Say hello to, you are who some computer nerd tells you are. So, I don't know what it is, but I just can't stop taking these Zimbio quizzes. So far, I've learned that I'm Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars, Cousin Oliver from the Brady Bunch, and Sofia Coppola in The Godfather Part 3. It's actually been a depressing couple of days. But, tell me this. Which of these Zimbio quizzes might tell me I'm Zambia? Which Northern African country are you? Which Southern African country are you? Which Southeast Asian country are you? Or which Middle Eastern country are you? Want to see the right answer? Zambia is located in southern Africa. To be honest, I kind of wanted Zambia, so I may not have answered the quiz questions entirely truthfully. My major export isn't really refined copper, but who's gonna know?
Dance with me, Disco 3.
May I introduce Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein,
Yeah.
or Uranus.
Subject of a 1988 Australian comedy film that was a hit in Australia but a dud in the United States. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? This would have worked. Young Einstein was a 1988 Australian comedy about, you guessed it, a young Albert Einstein who discovers the secret of splitting the beer atom. Americans didn't buy it because it was too absurd. I mean, come on, we all know he split the beer atom when he was in his 60s. That's not young. Next, some mean jeans. Suppose the logo on the back pocket of your Versace jeans had the same abilities as the magical creature it represents. What would be the penalty for people checking out your butt? Your butt would sing beautifully, then eat them. Your butt would tell a riddle, then burn them alive. Your butt would unleash a powerful whirlwind, or your butt would immediately turn them to stone. Time's almost... You mean like, a fart? Smart people choose this. Yep, the Versace logo is modeled after the head of Medusa, so careful where you stare. But I guess it wouldn't be the first time staring at a butt made someone turn hard. Heyo!
5 fingers.
I call this one Parliament for the Course. And this dis or dat is to the death. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one you tell me if it's the name of a British Prime Minister or the name of a character from the Hunger Games. If it's a Prime Minister, press the X button. If it's the Hunger Games, press the B button. Okay, let's move. Archibald Primrose. Benjamin Disraeli. Goodrose Everdeen. Augustus Fitzroy. Plutarch Heavensby. Clement Attlee. Coriolanus Snow. Goodbye, Governor. I went on vacation to Britain once. Have you tasted the food they have there? The whole trip was like a Hunger Game. That'll bring an end to our first round, and I'm happy to report you have the best score. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And don't forget, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer of the game. Well, no time like the present. Why not try Your Invisible Horse's Stylin'? If Gangnam Style singer Psy also wanted to be known for his gingham style, what would you most likely see him wearing? A paisley bow tie, a polka dot dinner jacket, a checkered dress shirt, or a pair of zigzag dress pants? Even Psy's not that bizarre. One right answer coming up. Gingham is a plain weave cotton fabric that commonly has a checkered pattern. And if you haven't heard of gingham style, it was a one-stitch wonder.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Take a good look at Forever 21 Proof. I was shopping for clothes at the mall. I never buy clothes on the internet, only authentic clothes at the mall. And I walked by this clothing store, Forever 21. Why does everyone want to look younger than they are? Where should you shop if you want to look like you recently joined the AARP? Forever 41, Forever 51, Forever 61, or Forever 71? You're forever wrong. Were you thinking of this one? AARP is an organization for Americans over 50. Forever 51 is a great place to buy high-waisted pants, Crocs, golf shirts, mom jeans, non-prescription reading glasses, suspenders, and maybe a gun.
Follow me down to the sea.
It's time for This Place is a Real Hip Joint. Which of these hipster bones is so hip it hangs out at the hip joint? A humorist wearing a headband, a femur buying mustache wax, a fibula drinking a PBR, or a clavicle shopping for vintage vinyl? The femur is the pretentious mustache over grooming thigh bone that meets with the pelvis to make a hip joint. Personally, I prefer to hang out at the proximal phalange bone. You've probably never heard of it. Up next, quench your thirst for solitude. Instead of drenching football coaches in a Gatorade bath when they win the Super Bowl, I think they should let the coaches take a nice real bath in Gatorade. They've earned it. If Super Bowl winning coach Pete Carroll took a relaxing bath in the original Gatorade flavor, what might he be doing? Reading a romance novel in a tub of lemon lime? Listening to a Seal album in a tub of orange? Painting his nails in a tub of fruit punch? Or playing a flute in a tub of melon? Lemon lime was the original flavor of Gatorade. And a Gatorade bath is really the best way to make sure that Gatorade is in you. And on its way, Debate Watchers.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And you'll get a fat tip for a right answer. Arrange these U.S. presidents from skinniest to fattest, based on their weight while in office. Bill Clinton, William Howard Taft, Harry Truman, Truman Taft Clinton, Clinton Truman Taft, Taft Clinton Truman, or Truman Clinton Taft. Why didn't you pick this? Truman weighed 185 pounds in office, Clinton weighed 216 pounds, and Big Boy Taft weighed 330 pounds. Taft had to have his trousers let out a few times to accommodate his weight gains, or as his tailor would discreetly put it, it's, time to gerrymander your knickers, sir. Welcome to the attack. When you see two clues that match, press your A button. Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. Let's get fingered. Hopefully you can finger the right suspects. Good luck. That's the game! In honor of this Jack attack, I bought myself a Chinese finger trap. Now, what do wild fingers eat that I can use for bait?
You don't know Jack!
Hi, this is Cookie, and before we get started, I want everybody to check under their seats. Feel that? That's the underside of a seat. Pretty cool, huh? Will you be my Facebook friend? And your wrong answer of the game is being sponsored by
Spray-on sunburn. A healthy way to look damaged.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. All right, we're taking off.
Get ready, time for question.
First, Mr. Universe sure is sparkly. Say the muscular Mr. Clean decides to start training for a professional weightlifting competition. While practicing for the clean and jerk portion of the competition, what might you see him do? Lift a barbell to his collarbone, then above his bald head. Lift a barbell to his waist, then above his bald head. Lift a barbell above his bald head in one continuous motion. Or lift a barbell... Well, you've made a mess. Ready for this? The clean and jerk properly executed requires that the weightlifter first lift the barbell up to rest on his collarbone and deltoids, and then straight up over his head. Mr. Clean does it all alone, too. He refuses to have somebody spot him because the man just really hates spots.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
Let's try. I got me gun aimed at your heart chakra, and it's a bloody disodat! I am going to read off 7 names, and for each, I want you to tell me if it's the name of a yoga pose or the title of a Jason Statham movie. If it's a yoga pose, press the X button. If it's Jason Statham, press the B button. Cool, let's do it. Warrior! Plank! Crank! Safe! Warrior 2! Cobra! Snatch! You had some great fight scenes, but the dialogue was kind of weak. They offer free yoga classes here at the office every Thursday. Unfortunately, Thursdays are the days I pick up my weekly 4 cases of Slim Jims at Costco, so I can't make it.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Coming up next, I don't know how much an upright vacuum costs. Which company's logo would make the best name tag on The Price is Right? Target's, Best Buy's, Walmart's, or Macy's? Yeah, you were off target. It's so obvious. The Best Buy logo is a giant yellow price tag. Much like the yellow price tag-shaped name tags contestants wear on The Price is Right. But then you'd have to convince Drew Carey your name is Best Buy. Maybe it's a family name. And then if you won, they'd make the check out to Best Buy. Yeah, it's not worth it. This one's known as Hidden Wood. You know what? Screw it. Let's do a Billy O'Brien question.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Hello, Billy.
I'm not Dilly. I'm Dilly's sister, Detty.
Wait, what?
You heard me. Is this thing on? Okay. Which of these finest tuttets is not a female tuttet like me? Miss Tiggy, Sherry Lewis's Landshot, Toto Gigio, or Noki Fraggle?
Watch the clock. Billy.
Daddy.
Betty, what are you doing? And why are you wearing that wig?
Just read the answer, Dunny.
Miss Piggy, Lamb Chop, and Moki are all females, I guess. But Topo Gigio, the famous puppet mouse from the Ed Sullivan Show, is a boy. Not to be disrespectful, but I guess I don't think of puppets as really having any gender at all.
Well, if you die me a few drinks sometime, Mr. Nasterson, I could certainly prove you wrong.
Let's talk about this off mic. Here's one I like to call cross-dressing at cross purposes. Well, that was, weird. It gets me thinking. If RuPaul got really into physics, how would she change the name of her reality show Drag Race? RuPaul's Vector Potential Race? RuPaul's Retarding Force Race? RuPaul's Kinetic Energy Race? Or, to quote RuPaul, sashay away. Watch how easy this is. Drag is the lessening or retarding force on an object from wind or fluid resistance. And when you're cross-dressing, you have to be very careful about where your fluid resistance is coming from. We've finished round 1, and lucky for you, there's room for improvement. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And keep in mind, the wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting for you. Let's keep going. Pucker up for McConaughey there. If Matthew McConaughey went to visit his ancestral home of Scotland, what side of the road would he drive on? Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright, but a little left. All left, all left, all left. In Scotland, like in the rest of the UK, cars always drive on the left side of the street. If you drive down the right side in Scotland, you'll get killed.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
I call this one gagging on the couch. There are so many characters in the Simpsons universe, I still don't know how many total because there are more of them than there are fingers at this office. I may have to figure out a A different way to count. Maybe this Geiger counter over here. If I use a Geiger counter, which character from The Simpsons will it definitely count? Duffman, Crazy Cat Lady, Radioactive? The Geiger counter is an instrument used to pick up radioactivity levels, so it would definitely pick up Radioactive Man. Radiation can last thousands of years, or a couple of seasons less than The Simpsons.
Follow me down to the sea.
Why not try a Chew Good Men? Oh shoot, my panini press is broken. I guess I'll have to eat something else.
Cookie fortune with cookie masters.
Oh damn, I love that panini press. Okay, my fortune reads, don't have a cow. Oh, alright, I'm calm. And to prove it, which of these actions would be an example of me not having a cow? Me having a female elephant, me having a female hippopotamus, me having a female dolphin, or me having a female bear? A female bear is a sow. The other females listed here are known as cows. This was a hypothetical question, by the way. I've never given birth to any kind of animal, but I know of. Am I right? Here's a good one. Pitbull isn't dangerous, he's just misunderstood. What if the singers of Timber had no timbre? Kesha and Pitbull's voices would be barely audible. Kesha and Pitbull's voices would be way too loud. Kesha and Pitbull's voices would be indistinguishable. Or Kesha and Pitbull's voices would... Here's what you meant to pick. The timbre of your voice or an instrument is what makes it distinguishable from someone else's voice or another instrument. So timbre with no timbre would mean that Kesha and Pitbull sound exactly alike. But with technology today, who knows what singers actually sound like anyway? I mean, take my voice for example. If we don't adjust it,
then I sound way different. I mean, can you hear how nasally I am?
How about Occupy Moose Street? I find 1% milk to be the most unfair dairy product of all. Why should all the milk fat be contained in that tiny 1% of itself? How about some fat for the rest of us? But I'm sure it's got a good excuse. What might my carton of 1% milk say about how 1% of itself came to control all the milk fat? It took years of hard work and chemical extraction of fat. I got up off my butt and boiled away the excess fat. I used my brain power and... Whole milk, which contains about 3% milk fat, is centrifuged or spun at a high rate of speed until the heavier fat is separated from the rest of the milk. They can then add however much fat they require. And sometimes when cows give a lot of milk, it's too big to pail. Step right up to the Jack attack when you see two clues that match. Oh, you know all about the attack. Lovely. Here's your clue. I'm a sexy French maid and this is a stick-up. The robbers in these movies were disguised as what? Good luck. Which reminds me, I think I forgot to lock the door.
Okay, this is the stick-up. Give me all your money.
Oh, I see you're wearing a rubber mask. But if you think about it, aren't we all wearing masks in society? Be it the mask we put on for work or the mask we put on for relationships?
Never mind.
Well, Cookie, you scared away another robber. Stupid, stupid, stupid! You always do this! What's wrong with you?
You don't know Jack!